Do you believe in magic in a young girl's heart? Something, 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 and magic. Something, 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 old-time movie. I'm just trying to lighten the mood here, you know, trying to be entertaining and silly, because one thing I noticed about this game last time I played it, and in contrast to the vampire one, is that this one's actually, you know, well written. So I keep getting sucked into the story and forgetting to, like, be witty and entertaining and shit. Whereas the vampire one, I just can't stop laughing. Anyway, let's continue. So yeah, magic. So yeah, the refugee siblings are explaining magic to me. Magic, Nizar says, is to push at reality, to bend it to your will, but you must be subtle. Otherwise, reality will push back. You may not have noticed yet, Muna says, but you might. Maybe you'll see things, or hear things. If you're very unlucky, you might fall through this realm and be caught somewhere else. Hopefully it won't come to that. Hey, that happened earlier, when I was rewinding time. You seem to be very good at moving yourself and your You seem to be very good at moving yourself and your mind in time and space, Nizar says. Maybe also affect others' minds. These are powerful gifts, not something to use just for fun. I get that, you say. Do you? Muna yawns. It's late. I think maybe we need some sleep. I wish I could rewind. I'm just gonna keep rewinding everywhere. Okay, so the first two options appear to be dialogue choices. So am I going to say I wish I could rewind out loud? Let's find out. Excuse me, you say. I just need to use the bathroom. Look yourself in the bathroom and think. Why do you have to decide something like this now? You're too tired. What happened tonight? Was it really right not to go with Gabriel? What did you miss out on? You look at your phone. What if you could do what you did at the bookstore? You go to settings of your phone. Oh, it's just going to do the same thing. Alright. You're standing in an empty street. Around you, tall monolithic buildings rear up into the leaden sky. You can see the enormous rivets holding the sky together. The buildings look unfinished. They have no... Is this going to be the same thing? Air smells of wet asphalt and ozone, as if a thunderstorm had just passed by. There are no other people here as far as you can see. No living thing except for you. The only sound here is that of your own breath and the faint crackling noise from your spines as you roll your shoulders. You need to do something. You pick a direction. Left. You walk for what feels like a very long time. Streets intersect your own with regular intervals. You start counting. Each block is 10 buildings long and 10 buildings wide. The buildings, as far as you can see, are identical except for their height, which varies according to a set pattern. First, a short building, then a tall, then an even taller, then a short one again. It all looks like an unfinished computer game. Once, you encounter what looks like a park with benches and a dry fountain. An almond tree in bloom stands next to the fountain. It has no smell. As you walk closer to sniff the flowers, you discover that they're synthetic. On one of the benches sits a paper bag. You open it. It contains cinnamon rolls. A paper cup stands next to the bag. It's stuck to the bench. So is the bag. Those look suspicious. And the text keeps waving back and forth, which annoys me. The building next to the park replica has an actual door. It's ajar. No, it's not. It's a door, not a jar. Aha! Ba-dum. I apologize for that. Cold blue light spills out from within. I'm gonna walk inside. The room might cover the entire ground floor of the building. It's that huge. Rows upon rows of desks spread out in all directions. In all directions, when you look behind you, the door is gone. In all directions. When you look behind you, the door is gone. Okay, that makes sense. Excuse me. In its place stands a reception desk. Behind the desk stands a man in a black suit. He is so tall that you have to crane your neck to look him in the eyes. His patrician features make him resemble an antique statue. If antique statues wore black suits, pomaded hair, hair, and milky white eyes. Good afternoon, he says with a voice like quiet thunder. Oh, sorry. Good afternoon. I don't know how to do a voice like quiet thunder. I don't understand. Hello, you reply. He tilts his head. Why are you here? I don't know, you say. You tell me, I just ended up here. I see, he says. Well, best get to work then. Please. Why am I giving him like a faux Russian accent? Okay. The clerk motions to the side of the reception desk, where a ballpoint pen is chained to the surface. You obediently position yourself next to the pen. The clerk pulls out a drawer and takes out a sheaf of papers. He puts them down in front of you. Fill these in, please. Look at the topmost form. Name, date of birth, weight, height, weight, place of birth, occupation, first love, goal in life, deepest fear, reason for visit. You look back up at the clerk. What? He raises an eyebrow. Yes? Why am I supposed to fill these out? In order to be processed, of course, he replies. Processed for what? That's what you're here for, isn't it? I have no idea what's going on, you say. It's very simple, says the clerk. You fill out these forms and we'll move on to processing. I don't wanna. The desks all look the same. Light wood, with one set of drawers, a letter tray, and an uncomfortable-looking chair. You look over your shoulder at the clerk, who seems engrossed in his paper stamping, and then discreetly you pull the top drawer of the desk next to you. It contains a stapler, 3 pencils, and an eraser. You wander over to another desk and check the top drawer. It contains a stapler, 3 pencils, and an eraser. Another desk, the same. Excuse me, the clerk says from the reception desk. Please don't disturb the desks. Who sits here, you ask. That's information I can't give you, he replies. Please fill in the forms if you wish to proceed. You walk past row after row of desks until the reception desk has dwindled to a tiny spot in the distance. You notice now that there aren't actually any ceiling lights, just like outdoors. It's impossible to tell where the light comes from. You see something in the distance and walk towards it. It's the reception desk. The clerk is still busy stamping forms. He turns his head as you approach. Ah, he says. Are you ready to fill out your forms? Fine, I guess. Alright. Name, Julius Vinson. Date of birth, August 23rd, 1987. She's 5 years older than me. Height, 167 centimeters. Weight, kilos. Date, place of birth, Malmo. Occupation, shop assistant / student. First love. You pause. Seriously? Pardon? The clerk says. First love, what does that mean? The first time you fell in love, the clerk replies. Who was it with? How is this any of your business? The clerk shakes his head. I'm sorry, I don't write the forms. I only administer them. Who writes the forms then? You answer. The clerk raises his eyebrows. Why, the administration. But wouldn't the administration administer? Whatever. I want to speak with the administration. Naturally, says the clerk. Just fill in the form and I'll process your request right away. There's no getting away from this, is there? You say. The clerk smiles gently. No. You sigh and pick up the pen again. First love, Eric Johannesson. Goal in life, to change the world for the better. Deepest fear, to die without changing the world for the better. Reason for the visit. I don't know why I'm here. On a scale of 1 through 10, how do you feel about the administration? Like, which presidency? 8? There, you say, I filled it out. Excellent, says the clerk. Here's the next one. Not another one! You said it was enough to fill in this one. Yes, but you replied with an 8, which requires an additional form. I thought this was a Mage game. It turns out it's actually a Paranoia game. You look at the form. It's 2 questions. Where is your body now? Are you alive or dead? Consider the first question. You haven't actually felt your body while you've been here. I don't know, you write. Well then, are you alive or dead? It's a good question. I don't know. You hand the form back to the clerk. Very good, he says. Let me call the administration then. He picks up an old-fashioned telephone receiver and says something into it that you can't quite hear. You hear footsteps behind you and turn around. Someone is approaching between the desk rows. The figure is androgynous and wears a baggy pinstripe suit. Its hair is combed back with pomade. The space where its face should be is blank. Oh my god, it's the Slender Man! And he's got a toupee! That was funnier in my head. Sorry. The figure stops in front of you and holds out a hand. It's holding what looks like a tiny loudspeaker. Greetings, the loudspeaker says in a neutral synthetic voice. Oh, neutral synthetic. I am the administration. What can I do for you? I need to get out of here, you say. I see, the administration says. Are you alive or dead? Alive, I think, you say. Ah, the administration tilts its head. I'm afraid you must die in order to get out. The form? Here, says the clerk behind you. He walks around the reception desk and walks past you to hand the form to the administration. He smells of olibanum. The administration holds up the form in front of its featureless face. It doesn't say deceased. That's because I'm not, you say. The form says you don't know, the administration replies. Right. It would be a simple matter to classify you as deceased and have done with it. Then do it, you say. I need to get out of here, wherever here is. Very well. The administration extends the form to the clerk, who walks back to the reception desk and stamps the form with a sharp bang. Very good, the administration says. It puts its free hand in its trouser pocket and takes out a small pistol. What are you doing, you say? You are officially classified as deceased. The administration pulls back the hammer. We must make sure that your status matches the form. This is Paranoia! Excuse me? I'll make you match the form. Yeah, I'll go with that one. You lunge at the administration and grab the gun. Before you can force it out of the administration's hand, the gun goes off. Your vision explodes in bright light. You come to you in the street. The building rears up into the sky like quiet sentinels. The rivets in the sky above gleam in the light of something like an approaching dawn. You feel your face, your gut, no holes, no damage. Perhaps it didn't happen at all. You get on your feet. You're in the middle of an intersection. Ooh, I get to choose what happens next. Ooh, it's not just my choice. You're still clutching the gun in your hand. Your left hand, you fire. Okay, so I guess I'm out. Okay, the Gabriel stuff. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead. I think I'm gonna go with the siblings again. And then just continue normally without rewinding time. I'm probably gonna ask them if they want to stay over. Okay. Oh, I don't even get an option to rewind time again. Want to stay over? Would you like to stay for the night, you say? They exchange glances. That would be wonderful, Muna says. The shelter is very noisy. The sofa extends into a double bed, and you rustle up some extra pillows and blankets. Before long, you're all asleep. You wake up in the morning and peek into the living room. They're still there. That means all of this happened. You put the kettle on. You'll feel better if you focus on the task at hand, such as making breakfast for the three of you. By the time the siblings appear in the doorway, you feel almost normal. Day 3, Saturday. Your shift at Nordic Aid starts at 11, which isn't too bad. Nona and Nazar go to the
go with you to the shelter to pick up their things. They have to go register with the migration agency to seek asylum in Sweden. Do you know how long it will take? Mona asks. Think about the endless queues you see in the news. Bring something to eat, you say. Mona looks at your face and nods. You have my number, you say? Yes, Nazar says. Mona suddenly reaches into her pocket and takes out what looks like a string of prayer beads. Here, she says, if you run into other kinds of trouble, just hold it and call out to us. Really? You say? Really. Thank you, that's very thoughtful of you. Thank you. Mona nods at you. You watch the siblings walk out of the shelter and into the gray midday gloom, where volunteer cars are waiting to drive people to the migration agency. Hopefully they won't have to queue for hours. Hopefully they won't be too cold. The day passes by in a fog. You keep seeing movement at the edge of your vision. At some point, the kitchen supervisor talks to you and weird noises come out. It's a collection of the weirdest hangover bugs you've ever had. By 3 p.m., you're ready to drop. Then you receive a Facebook message from Rike. It simply says, "You're in trouble. I can help you." Which one was Rike? Which one was Rike again? I can't remember who Rike is. Okay, the generic cafe is for some reason almost empty. Rike has found a table in the corner and waves you over. As always, she's immaculately dressed. Her blonde bangs razor straight over heavy black glasses. Do you understand why I wanted to talk to you? She says. You sigh. I'm guessing it has something to do with last night. Rike nods. That's right. What kind of lecture are you going to give me then? Her eyes narrow. Did somebody already talk to you? Maybe. About what? You laugh. Magic. Rike shakes her head. Right, okay. I'm going to assume it was the guy in the dreads, or that Middle Eastern couple. What if it were? You need to stay away from them. Why? You sit back. What's going on here, Rike? What do you know? Rike leans forward across the table. Whatever they told you, it's nonsense. And what isn't nonsense then? Julia, you have a talent. It expressed itself last night in a way that you might not understand, but it can all be explained, okay? Scientifically explained. Oh, really? How? I don't know if you're ready for that just yet. Suffice to say that you have a skill, and I'd like you to help you develop that skill. I'm part of an organization that helps people like you. Do you have skills? I do, Rike smiles at you. I have a talent similar to yours. Now, those people, and she jabs her thumb in an abstract direction, will tell you all kinds of things. That guy, I know of him. He's a stoner. And the couple, they come from a culture less scientifically minded than ours. What a fucking bitch. Let's face it, they have all kinds of religious superstitions. They'll try to drag you into it. How do you know? You don't know them. I know the type, Rike says. Devout Muslims, mystics. They deal in, if I'm going to be blunt, mumbo-jumbo. Really? Really? And what with all the refugees coming in now, there are going to be more and more of them. Their influence will spread. My organization is trying to contain it. Holy shit. The Technocracy are assholes. I mean, I knew the Technocracy were assholes, but they're assholes. I see, you say. Rike's phone chirps. She takes a quick look at it. Listen, I can't stay, but give it some thought. Do you have my number? You texted me, and I recognize the number. Of course I have it. Oh, apparently I don't. Yeah, you lie. Sure, I'll get in touch. Rike looks skeptical but nods. Okay, see you later. Say hi to Alex for me. Okay, a normal life? All I want is a normal life. Aleppo was my home, my everything. My parents lived there, my grandparents, my uncles and aunts. My children went to school. When the war came, we kept sending them to school anyway. They needed an education. They needed something normal in the middle of the craziness. Excuse me. To keep going in the face of fear. They learned to be brave. bravery isn't doing crazy things. Bravery is to keep... And now I'm hiccuping, fucking hell. Bravery is to keep going in the face of the impossible. My children were brave even as we crossed the sea, braver than I. They were brave even as we walked mile after mile after mile through rain and mud. They didn't complain, not even once. All I want is a normal life, to do an everyday job, to pick up my children up from school and go home and make them dinner, to hold them and put them to bed. All I want is not to be named refugee. Day 4, Sunday. Okay, it feels like I haven't been recording for very long. But this does feel like a good stopping point. So I guess I'll stop here. And it takes like a few seconds for it to stop recording after I hit the button, so